I'm Sarah, and I just wanted to introduce you to our tapping or EFT technique, which we use a lot in our meditation series and other programs for children with ADHD. It's also a great technique for anything that you're trying to move through in your life when you're faced with some anxiety or some sort of emotional trigger or challenge. So we're working with the concept that everything is energy and frequency, from our thoughts to our words to the food that we eat. Everything has a vibration. So when we're using EFT or tapping, this is a technique that combines modern psychology with the ancient art of acupuncture. So using the meridians or energy lines in our body that connect our organs and also our body system, like the immune system, endocrine system, etc. So we always start with something called the setup statement or truth statement, which is really to kind of start with how we're really feeling and be clear about our words and what's happening in our bodies, our minds, and our emotional landscapes. From then, we also assess on a scale how challenged we are with this experience or the issue we're dealing with. And we start that at every session and then check in at the end to see our progress. Then we move through the series of points and we tap on these points to activate those meridians or energy lines, sending messages through the body and our brain to bring in like a soothing quality to all of those aspects. And it helps to actually balance the energy pathways. So if we imagined our body like a supercomputer, when we tap, we're basically putting in specific codes into our body, our computer, to help us really just be the best we that we can be. And we're sending messages directly through those body systems to help us change the things that we're finding to be complicated or difficult, and we're strengthening the positive about how we want to be and who we are. So it's pretty amazing. We have all of these tools at our fingertips and they're very effective. And once you get the hang of it, you can really just tap about anything. You could just also tap in a positive code for the day. So I'm just going to show you. We always start off with something called the karate chop point. It's just at the bottom of the pinky and the fleshy part. You can do it with a couple fingers, or you can hit both parts together. Sometimes this can be confusing for children, so you can tap with either side. It matters not. But just sticking to one of the sides here when you tap. And this is where we start off with our truth statement, and then we go through the series. So from there, we usually go to the eyebrow point, which is the bladder meridian. Then we go to the side of the eye, the gallbladder meridian, underneath the eye for the stomach meridian, under the nose, the governing meridian, under the mouth for the central meridian. Then we come down under the collarbones. So there's the bones and the soft part there for the kidney meridian. You can do it with two hands, or you could also just do with thumb and index finger here. I also add in this point here, just a bit under the collarbones, which is the thymus or heart center. And this, especially with kids, is really fabulous immune system response. It actually starts to shrivel up in our 40s, so the effects can be magnetized in our youth. And it's also just tapping into the heart. And then we move down under the arms, which is just kind of like under the armpit in the rib point, for our last point, or for our second last point, which is the spleen, and then coming up to the crown of the head, just that soft spot that we all start off with for the meridian point that connects all of them and brings in a sense of calm and strength and intuition and balancing for all aspects of your body. So we go through those things as we're saying sentences or phrases about 2 or 3 times, and then when we end, we go back in and check how we're feeling and rate our experience, so that we have a sense of the changes that have occurred. So try out any of our tapping meditations or things to come and see how it works for you. I would suggest, depending on the age of your child, to do the tapping for them at first. And then that might be something that they're really interested in doing on their own. Again, you just kind of get the flow of it, and the points will start to resonate for you.